And now, without further delay, let's begin today's event, hosted by National Mortgage News. I'd like to introduce your moderator for today, and that is Lisa Joyce. Lisa, you have the floor.
Great. Thanks so much, Adam. And hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us in our Advances in Technology demo event. As Adam said, I'm Lisa Joyce. I'm a contributing editor with National Mortgage News, and I'll serve as your moderator for the next hour. I want to thank you all for coming. You know, with COVID-19 really putting the kibosh on most, if not all, in-person events and conferences, we really wanted a way for our sponsoring companies to be able to share a little bit about their products and services and bring you the latest software and technologies in the industry. So we launched this format, which will give you an opportunity to hear from these companies and also ask questions as if you were at a live event. Now, here's how it's going to work. We have 5 mortgage technology companies. Each of them are presenting about 6-minute videos about their company and how they can help lenders and servicers create a better borrower experience, make lending easier, close more loans, and automate processes and workflows. We're going to watch the videos in alphabetical order by vendor and then open up the floor for questions. You can ask questions at any time. As you submit them, if you would remember, please, to indicate which company or companies is directed to. At the end of the videos, we're going to get to as many questions as we can, and if we can't get to your question, someone from the sponsoring company will reach out to you after the event. And we're also going to post these videos on the National Mortgage News website in the coming days. So feel free to rewatch and share with your team members who were not able to attend. I'm glad you're joining us, and I think you're going to hear about some pretty innovative ways to address mortgage lending and servicing challenges. And we do hope that these product demos will really get you thinking about what's possible as all of us navigate this pretty extremely challenging marketplace. Now with that, I'd like to go ahead and begin the videos. Our first video is from Capacity. David Karandish is going to walk us through how workflows can improve the mortgage process. And we'll go to the first video, please.
Hi, I'm David Karandish, CEO and co-founder of Capacity. Thank you all for being with us today. Let's go ahead and dive in. All right, let's start out by demonstrating Capacity accessing internal information from your LOS. So I could ask a question like, show the Johnson loan, and Capacity will log into my LOS via either Slack or Microsoft Teams or whatever interface I'm on, go connect to my LOS and pull all the information I care about, the rate lock, the status, etc. Or I could ask a question like, what loans are closing this month? And again, Capacity will hit the LOS, come back to me instantly with the response based on all of the loans that are closing this month. I can also ask questions about our regulatory guidelines. So if I wanted to know, what are USDA income limits? Capacity will go into our regs, come back to me instantly with a response on that particular topic. Now, not only can you place Capacity in a messaging platform like Slack or Teams, you can also embed Capacity directly in your Salesforce instance. So if I wanted to ask Capacity about, how do I connect to the VPN? As I type in VPN, we do autocomplete, and we'll direct you toward the answers that Capacity knows how to respond to. We've got this thumbs up, thumbs down. Every time I thumb that up, Capacity learns to match that a little more often. Every time I thumb that down, we can bring someone in for additional assistance. Now, not only can Capacity be internal, but it can be customer-facing as well. So here's an example on homefundit.com. I could ask Capacity a question, say, about down payment. And again, as I start typing, the autocomplete shows up. Say, why is a big down payment helpful? And it'll come back instantly with a response. If it's a big answer, you can go full screen. And again, it's all branded with the particular branding that they wanted for homefunded.com, here with Peyton the French Bulldog. Now, you may want a different mascot or different logo or icon representing your brand. And that's what they're doing here at Planet Home Lending. So Planet Home Lending, you can ask a question to Stella. So in this case, I might have a question about insurance. And as I'm typing, again, autocomplete pulls up. I've got a question here. I have my tax and insurance payment made by my mortgage company. Comes back instantly with a response. Now, I don't have time to go through all the different details in the back end, but I do want to give you a quick preview. You can manage your knowledge directly in the Capacity knowledge base. It's as easy to use as Microsoft Office. Got all your directories here, search, new questions, expiring soon, expired. We give you the ability to build out app connectors to all of the apps that you care about. So just about any app that has a publicly facing API, we can probably get to connect to Capacity. We've built over 50 different app connectors so far. And what's the beauty about this is that if you have an app like Salesforce that's highly customized, you can go and update your APIs to talk with our APIs to pull that information in instantly. We also provide you with all of the relevant analytics around the questions that are being asked. So what's being asked under what time frame, by which users, with what kind of response times. All right, now if I think about the ability to take a process, digitize that process, and automate the steps of that process, that's what we mean when we talk about workflows. The beauty of workflows is that we can go into a workflow like loan origination and see all the different steps of the flow itself. Collecting the app, submitting to underwriting, credit bureaus, approvals, etc. Go over to my toolbox on the left, and I can add a workflow within another workflow. I always like to joke around, it's kind of like those Russian dolls where you have the doll within the doll within the doll. So I could go click on this particular workflow and see the inner workflow itself. Now let's say you wanted to send the closing disclosure at the end of the loan. Go over on the left, add a new task, drag that into my workflow. And in this case, we want to give it a name, a description, and assign this over to Isabel on my team. When I hit create, I can go to the top of the workflow, turn this on. And now if I go back to my main workflow page, we can see that Amy Anderson has applied for a loan. She's about 3/4 of the way through. And now we can see all the steps that she's completed so far. So if you want to see that this particular task has been in progress for 15 minutes, on average it takes an hour to complete. It's taken a total of 3 days from the beginning of the workflow to get here. So if you want to know, what are my bottlenecks? What are my holdups? What can we do to make my processes run a lot smoother? We can give you all the insights. Now, if I click on View Ticket Details, we'll see all of Isabel's tasks that are assigned to her. She can go hit Send Closing Disclosure and then be on her merry way. Now, if we were just helping you answer questions and assigning tasks to your team, we can get really far. But the power of Capacity is in the ability to take these tasks that your team is doing and reassign them to the Capacity bot. So in this case, instead of sending the closing disclosure and having Isabel do that, I'm going to hit Assign to Capacity. I can link this to one of Capacity's actions, in this case to the Send an Email action. I've got my from, my to, my subject, and my body. All this information is able to be populated from earlier on in the workflow, so you can push variables along the way. And now when I hit create, instead of that task being assigned to Isabel, it's now assigned to Capacity and linked directly to my Gmail integration. Now fast forward a couple steps and stages. We think we've got an opportunity to take as much as 70% of your workflows and automate them by assigning those tasks to the Capacity bot.
Great, and our next video is brought to us from Optimal Blue, and Mark Teteris is going to share ways to use actionable data in a competitive marketplace. All right, next video, please.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session, How Data and Analytics Gives Lenders a Competitive Edge in Any Market. I'm Mark Teteris, Certified Mortgage Banker and Director of Solutions Specialist here at Optimal Blue. Who is Optimal Blue? Optimal Blue is an established technology leader in the mortgage industry since 2002. Today, the Optimal Blue secondary marketing platform touches over a third of all mortgages completed in the United States. Utilized by 52% of the top 500 lenders, Optimal Blue facilitates nearly $2 trillion of combined rate lock and secondary market loan trades annually. Today, we will discuss the importance of actionable data as it relates to operating and competing in the hyper-competitive mortgage origination industry. On the screen are 3 key points to keep in mind as we proceed today. The tools we will see provide near real-time visibility into secondary marketing activity across your enterprise. Our data visualizations provide knowledge that leads to understanding of your competitive position, and using the right data tools, lenders can develop the secondary marketing strategies they need to ensure success. So let's begin with enterprise analytics, tools to help you understand your enterprise performance like never before. What we see here is the Lockdesk Summary, providing that 50,000-foot view from which you can assess your firm's secondary marketing health at a glance, and then dive deeper to monitor production by channel or MLO, identify pockets of friction or inefficiency, with granular control provided by a menu of filters and timeframes. Lock profile change requests impact everything from customer satisfaction scores to compliance. With live analytics, you can monitor and research changes by channel, type, product, status, processing time, and more, giving you the power to take actions to minimize these critical business disruptors. Lock extensions are equally disruptive and worthy of your attention. Enterprise analytics provides the ability to spot troublesome trends and the ability to drill down to really understand issue commonalities that can be addressed through policy adjustments, procedural changes, or enhanced training. The margin management screen provides you the ability to quickly survey profitability, view and filter by origination source, identify inflection points between revenue and markup percentage, and optimize your margin strategy, even segment by product and investor to help drive best execution. Do you know how much pricing concessions are costing your company? In this section of data and analytics, your team can analyze the exact number and financial impact of pricing concessions. Analyzing price concessions by reason and type provides additional insights into their financial impacts and provides the ability to drill down and see the problem if it's specific to a branch or a particular LO. You can even drill down by region and product type, and then get deep into the impacts that pricing concessions have on the business, measuring financial leakage or production subsidies for any number of custom filtered scenarios. With Optimal Blue Enterprise Analytics, you can get to be confident that you have the data and insights you need to take decisive action. So now let's broaden our horizons and talk about competitive analytics. You can compete better by knowing exactly where you stand in every market. Optimal Blue is generating an incredible amount of real-time transactional data and is therefore uniquely positioned to provide an entirely new scope of market transparency and competitive insights. Trended volume benchmarking allows you to track your market position at a global and granular level in near real time. Percentile rankings provide visibility into specific MSAs to help you gauge your achievement of market share thresholds. Benchmark change request and lock extension activity to the market overall, and use multiple filters to address specific issues. Review your product mix versus the overall market to reveal additional production opportunities. For example, if the Chicago MSA averages 25% FHA production, and your firm averages 15%, and your pricing is in the market, then you likely have an opportunity to go after some additional FHA production in Chicago. Monitor and compare average rate and price in specific markets to maintain your competitive position without leaving revenue on the table. Monitor average margins and concessions over time to aid compliance and fair lending oversight. So now let's talk about a few of the additional data offerings available through Optimal Blue. Optimal Blue mortgage market indices are refreshed daily and are fully interactive, allowing industry observers to monitor and compare multiple interest rate scenarios over a number of time horizons. Of special interest to secondary marketing professionals, Optimal Blue publishes the daily market briefing, providing subscribers insights into observable market metrics, including the trended spread of the benchmark conforming 30-year mortgage rate to the 10-year Treasury, and the current best efforts to mandatory spread, which is currently at very attractive numbers, by the way. Optimal Blue is a recognized leader and is here to help mortgage industry participants of all types and sizes to optimize their opportunities to grow and prosper. Please reach out to get connected. Email sales@optimalblue.com and visit us at optimalblue.com. Thank you for watching.
Great. Our next video is brought to us by Qualia. And please watch as Phil Carter walks us through streamlining and driving efficiency in closing and post-closing. Let's run that video, please.
Thank you very much for joining today. My name is Phil Carter, and I work with Qualia's Post team. I'm very excited to share our product with you. In short, Qualia Post empowers pre- and post-closing departments to automatically collect digital and physical closing and post-closing documents from their title partners. Qualia's mission is to innovate using technology to make closings easier for everyone, and most recently, mortgage lenders. The Qualia platform is a system of record for title companies and the first cloud-based solution in the title space. Title companies use Qualia just like you use your LOS. In the same time, we've become the top closing technology in the country. Title companies are at the center of every real estate and mortgage transaction, working with the real estate agents, borrowers, sellers, and mortgage lenders. But in the past year, we've spoken to mortgage lenders all over the country about how they interact with title companies. Our focus here is primarily on what challenges are costing them money and what are causing the most pain. From there, we set out to evaluate the process of how lenders collect documents from title companies and discovered it is a manually labor-intensive process that is also very expensive. In an effort to remedy this, we've created Qualia Post to automate the collection of pre- and post-closing documents. The system operates entirely behind your LOS, allowing your team to work as they normally do without any changes to their current process. In addition, our client services team provides onboarding, training, and follow-up with title companies to ensure that they will successfully complete document requests in a timely manner. Now we're going to switch to the role of the settlement agent. Post is going to read off of the settlement agent contact within your LOS and send an email to that agent to notify them that the lender is requesting specific documents. This email is going to be a branded email with your logo directly to that agent. Once the agent logs into the secure portal, they will see a list of requests to upload documents. In this example, there are two requests, one for final closing disclosure prior to the closing date, and another for trailing documents after the close. The agent will then log in and be able to see a list of documents requested. As you can see here, we have instructions for physical documents, and below you can click to upload the digital documents as they've been requested as well. To quickly switch over to the mortgage lender's view, this is a list of all requests that your team has made. This includes all open, fulfilled, and overdue requests. You can also search by request, as well as generate new custom requests for documents that may be missing or that include errors that need to be fixed. Once fulfilled, documents are automatically pushed to the correct e-folder within your LOS, mapping all relevant info for accurate reporting. This eliminates the need for your team to manually download, upload, and scan the received documents, which allows you to focus on QA, QC, or other more important tasks. In summary, Qualia Post automates those painful manual tasks surrounding document fulfillment so that your closing and post-closing teams can focus on what matters most. Our product has helped teams easily manage spikes in loan volume and drastically improve operational efficiency. Please feel free to visit Qualia.com to learn more.
I just want to remind everyone that at the end of our videos, we will be opening up the floor to Q&A. I see some folks are already submitting their questions, so feel free to do so as we move through these videos. Next up, we're going to hear from SmartVault, and Daniel Fritz is going to be showing us SmartVault's solution for secure data. Let's roll that video, please.
Hello, my name is Daniel Fritz, Director of Products here at SmartVault. For those of you who don't know SmartVault, we offer secure, cloud-based document management. We understand that more and more customers want to collaborate online, anytime, anywhere, while still maintaining control over their data. That's why we've taken our application that was built for accounting professionals and created a solution that helps the financial services industry provide consumers with a very secure way to share their financial information and control their data. Let's jump right in and show you how. What you're seeing right now is what you and your team would see when you log into SmartVault. Along the left side, you'll see your logo, the account name, the home page action, the files and folders section, our option to bulk send files, and the ability to add clients and employees to your SmartVault. Along the top, you'll see the page location where you are at, along with support tools and settings. In the primary area, you'll be able to keep up with what is new at SmartVault, learn how to use your account, some shortcuts to our commonly used technologies, and explore other features that SmartVault has. We also make it extremely easy for you and your clients to get documents into SmartVault in a secure way. We have integrations with Outlook so that you can send emails and attachments directly to SmartVault. You can drag and drop files, use a mobile app to take pictures and upload, or scan and print directly to the correct SmartVault folder. With SmartVault's integrated client portal, it is really easy to securely share documents with your clients. As soon as you add a file to the folder, which that client is included on, they have access to the document. There are no additional steps to share with them, and it's always clear to your internal team which documents have been shared with the client. We have a DocuSign integration offering a simple, efficient way for clients to securely fill out forms and sign documents. Here, I will utilize this application form on the right and find the appropriate client and get the signature. So I can simply search for the client that I'm interested in, create an engagement based upon a loan application. The folder structure is automatically created. I can then drag the document into the client's viewable folders and trigger this signature process. Once in DocuSign, you simply choose your recipient and drag and drop the fields you would like to have on the document, such as signatures or date signed. Once you have completed these different fields, click Send in order to send the document to your clients. Once that document has been completed, it automatically routes back to the correct folder within SmartVault. When a client shares a file with you, you'll get an email notification so you know you've got documents waiting for you. Now, anyone on your team who has access to this folder immediately has access to the documents which the client uploaded. You can also store all of your internal documents within SmartVault as well. You can see here we have a folder designated as internal, and by default, only your team members have access to that. By utilizing SmartVault for both internal and client documents, you can really take advantage of efficiencies because there is only ever one place to go looking for a document, which is super powerful for our customers. Beyond that, SmartVault integrates with other systems you already use, making it even easier for collaboration to get work done, improve customer experience, and increase growth. SmartVault is just one tool within your toolbox to help better serve customers. Today, over 20,000 professionals and over 1 million users worldwide trust SmartVault to secure their most sensitive documents. We'd love to add you to that list. If you're interested in learning how, I'd suggest scheduling a one-on-one 15-minute demo with one of our account managers. They can show you exactly how SmartVault can work for you and your organization.
And last, but certainly not least, our final video today comes to us from Sutherland. Len Patton is going to show us the advantages of using a mortgage bot. And let's take a look at Sutherland, please.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'm Len Patton, a Senior Principal of Business Development at Sutherland. We are pleased to have you today, and we are looking to demonstrate our mortgage bot in our digital transformation that we partnered with our client, TMS.
Hi, everyone. My name is McKenna. I'm on the product team at Sutherland Labs, and I'm going to walk you through the conversational assistant that we partnered with the Money Source to create. So we worked with their team to understand their business needs to create a custom conversational AI solution. The first thing that you'll notice with Joy, which is the name of the assistant, is that we have customized the look and feel to match the brand requirements of TMS. I am not logged in, so this is their payment portal, and there's about 77 questions that you can answer without having to log in. But what I'm going to walk you through is what happens when a borrower asks account-specific information. So the scenario would be that someone is wanting to know how much is their mortgage payment really quickly. So I'm going to go to payment and payment issues, my payments, how much is my mortgage? And since I'm not logged in yet, Joy recognizes that I am not logged in and says, I can help you with that, but you first need to log into your account. So I'm going to log in to the portal. And what's happening in the background is that there's an integration with TMS's backend systems. And when the user logs in, we are pulling in account-specific information into Joy. Okay, and when the user has logged in, Joy recognizes that the user is logged in and will return, your mortgage is $993 and is due on 11/1. And that didn't require the user to click anything. The bot recognized they were logged in and proceeded with the response. So the user can ask a few other different questions, continue with the conversation, or they can say, thanks, that's all for me. You'll see that two different feedback questions are asked, and these are actually these are customized to match TMS's needs because these closely relate to the questions that support phone agents ask at the end of their conversation so that they can compare Joy with their phone agents. So I'm going to give 2 thumbs up and I'm going to hit submit. And what's happening at the end of this conversation when I hit submit is that a copy of the entire chat history or transcript is being synced back to TMS's internal CRM. This allows phone support agents to have access to the full conversation history if the user or borrower decides to call in after their conversation. One more thing is if I decide to now log out, the bot recognizes that the user has logged out and has wiped the entire chat history from the bot, so a new conversation can start.
Thank you once again for watching our demonstration of our mortgage bot technology with our partner TMS at Sutherland. We'd be happy to have you as a client visit any of our locations of our laboratories in San Francisco.
Okay, that concludes the video portion of our live event. I do hope that these videos got you all thinking about some ways to improve lending and servicing at your organizations. We're going to open the floor up for questions. As a reminder, when you submit a question, please indicate which company you'd like to direct the question to. Okay, we're going to get started. The first question from the audience is directed actually to capacity. So David, I'm going to ask you to respond. Is capacity actually sending the closing disclosure, or is it just tracking how long it takes to do it?
Yeah, capacity can send the actual closing disclosure itself or any other action that can come out of our developer platform.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. The next question is for Optimal Blue, so I'm going to direct it over to you, Mark. This question is about enterprise data. What can I learn from enterprise data in terms of better understanding the ROI behind our strategies?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a great question. So obviously pricing and product strategies, that's at the core of competitive and being profitable and organizational growth, and just having that real time and accurate insight into those strategies and leveraging the power of the data to analyze and make informed decisions is what really is powerful about that. And I guess actually I think about it, we have an actual case study on that where an independent mortgage banker in a really competitive metro market was using the OBE data tools and was able to gradually increase their overall margin while observing the market share data. And by doing this, they were able to actually take advantage of, there was some price elasticity in his market. He could maximize his brand value and ended up improving his bottom line by $300,000 without, sacrificing any production volume at all. So there's a good case study for the use of data right there.
Oh, absolutely. Great. Thanks, Mark. Phil, this next question's for you at Qualia. Let's see. Can this solution collect any other documents from title companies, such as the closing package or closing disclosures?
Great question, and yes, it can. So what we've actually recently done is expanded beyond just post-closing, and now we are in pre- and post-closing. So you can set up requests to individual title companies or to groups of title companies for anything from closing documents, packets, and funding documents as well. What's great about this, too, is the triggers that you set up to request these documents can either be set as milestones within your LOS. So when a milestone is hit, let's say a loan being marked complete, it will automatically trigger that specific request. Or you can also set it up by date with specific date thresholds for those requests to go out to the title companies as well.
All right. Thank you, Daniel. And let's see, Len, I'm going to send the next question over your way. Let me see. Should a lender be interested in pursuing the chatbot solution? How long is the implementation process as to when you're up and running with our borrowers?
Thank you. That's a great question. We do have a customized solution for our clients that use the chatbot. Typically, it is about a 60-day time frame from start to finish. It just really depends on the customization, how many questions you're looking to have the bot answer, and such as that. But yeah, typically about 2 months.
2 months, okay. Great. And then this next question, as they're coming in, is directed towards SmartVault. So Daniel, how exactly do clients upload documents into SmartVault?
So that's a great question. Because you invite your clients into an online portal, they can actually just drag and drop those files into the specified folders that you've given them access to. Or if you are uploading them, you can leverage a printer, a scanner to scan it directly into SmartVault. And both parties have the ability to leverage our mobile application to take a picture and upload via the mobile app directly.
Great. All right, that's David. Here's one for you. Can Capacity integrate with proprietary applications too? And if it can, how hard is it to do that?
Yeah, so we've built out a developer platform which allows you to connect your own applications directly to Capacity. The beauty of that is you can effectively capacitize your internal research and development, your internal products that you've built out on your own. Super easy to get up and running. We've had clients build out Capacity apps in a matter of a couple of days. We've even had non-developers build out these apps before as well. And so it's a really straightforward, easy to use, and flexible platform.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like it. Great. This question is for Daniel. Daniel, the question is, how does SmartVault differ from OneDrive?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
See, So OneDrive is an internal place where you can store the documents. SmartVault provides the ability to share these as actual portals, so you can have a lot of different control with respect to what folders they have access to. We have a structured approach to how we deploy clients, deploy individuals, and then you can create engagements below that you're saying, okay, I've got this customer with this mortgage going on, and if you work with that person over a number of years, you can actually organize it in a very structured manner, which is really, really helpful.
Excellent. Right. Len, you're up on Sutherland. Here's a question about the mortgage bot. Does Sutherland mortgage bot have an API with Salesforce?
We actually do, and we actually integrate within our client systems. So depending, and actually this, great being on this call with all the vendors that we have, we actually work with many of the vendors as well as Salesforce. So we can certainly do that. And as I mentioned before, everything we do is customized, so we'd be happy to talk to the client and see exactly what we can do to make it work for them.
Excellent. This next question is directed toward Optimal Blue. Mark, if a lender wants to enter a new market, how does Optimal Blue help them figure out what products and price offering would be the best fit?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's actually one of the better use cases for competitive analytics, to be able to evaluate a geographic market, which can be pretty challenging, especially if you have to rely on, some kind of survey rate data. You just don't get the same kind of insights, whereas with the competitive analytics from OB, you're getting actual lock data from that market that you're looking to enter. And you can actually look at all the MSAs using OB's competitive analytics. So it's good for you, no matter where you plan to go in the nation. And you can really understand, average product mix, loan amounts, margin, pricing, et cetera, all of this that's being offered in your target market in real time. And it just helps you to create better decision making when it comes to your marketing that you might use going into a market, your product offerings, how you're pricing, even recruiting decisions. So there's a lot of value that you can pull out of having that data available to you.
Excellent. So here's a question for Qualia. What if the wrong document is uploaded or the document's incomplete? How do you all handle that?
Yeah, so if the wrong document is uploaded, or there is incomplete information, or there's an error on any document, you can very easily re-request any document with information regarding that re-request. So with just a click of a button, you can go back out to that title agent, request the new document, and they will be able to upload it into our secure portal, which will then push directly back to your LOS.
Mm-hmm. Great. This is a question about for capacity. So David, if a team member gets added to a workflow, how can capacity notify them of this?
Yeah, so we have what's called a broadcast node where we can send out a message to an individual or a team, either via email, via Slack, or Microsoft Teams, multiple ways of notifying an individual. We can also notify on any individual node itself. And so if a particular task has been in progress for, say, more than a day or more than a week, we can send a notification out indicating that, hey, it looks like this task is taking longer than we'd expect.
Mm-hmm. Great. All right, Daniel, here's a question about notifications for you. It's SmartVault. Can we set up notifications so we know when a client has viewed or uploaded something?
Absolutely. So any of the notifications, whether they've viewed the file, uploaded a new file, or downloaded the documents that you've provided them, we can set that up to be a notification every 15 minutes or as long as about every week. So this information is also available within the activity log at SmartVault, so you can see all of the different actions that are being taken by your customers.
Excellent. All right, Len, as a lender, all right, so this lender does not offer today a live chat feature on their web page for borrowers to interact with their customer service. Communication is either by phone or email. Would I still be able to install a chatbot without this option using Sutherland?
Yes, and actually we have clients that did not have that option previously. We certainly can do that. As mentioned, we can work within their system, their landing page, and be able to help them and put the bot on there. But yes, it is not a requirement that you already have a chat feature today. We certainly can help in that direction for them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, David, can you talk us through the implementation process at Capacity? What does that look like? How long does it take, et cetera?
Yeah, so we typically think of your company intelligence as existing in three places: your apps, your documents, and the minds of your team. In terms of the apps, we've got over 50 different out-of-the-box apps that we can turn on. So if you wanted to connect Capacity to NetSuite or Salesforce or Maze and Compass, you can do that by just supplying your API credentials and getting that up and running. In terms of documents, we have the ability to upload documents into our knowledge base, index them, mine them. All that happens behind the scenes. So as soon as the document's uploaded, I believe it's indexed in about 2 minutes after upload. And then finally, for the knowledge of your team, if you have any frequently asked questions, we would recommend that you actually ask your team, what are the top questions you get asked? We compile them into a list and get them uploaded into the system. We've had, typically would say when we send a client, we'll get you up and running in the first 30 days from the time that you sign, where Capacity can start answering questions and be live on your website. We've done deployments as fast as 48 hours, but typically we'd say about 30 days to get up and running.
Oh my gosh, 48 hours, that's amazing.
It was swift.
Yeah, I would say so. Let's see. Mark, here's a question for Optimal Blue. Can you talk about the total investment for all the Optimal Blue services, and are there any other data resources available?
Okay, it sounds like two questions. So the first one is, the enterprise and competitive analytics are products that are available to Optimal Blue customers. It's a pretty modest monthly cost based on the size of your organization, and they can be purchased separately or in a bundle together is when they work best, and it's really, really attractively priced. So anybody interested can just reach out to sales@optimalblue.com. As for other data resources, I just invite everybody in the call today to visit optimalblue.com and then click on the data menu, and you can see a full list of data offerings, and that includes several free resources. So you've got the Optimal Blue Mortgage Market Indices, which is a real comprehensive and interactive analysis of pricing that's out there in the market as seen through the Optimal Blue system, and it's capturing, I think, about 35% of the total mortgage market flows through Optimal Blue, and so it's a good indicator of what's going on in terms of rates, and it can be stratified down by FICO score, loan type, a few other LTV. So pretty interesting set of data. And if you want to use that data, you can even download a widget that would allow you to display that current market rate information on your own website. So in addition to that, there's a couple of opportunities to subscribe to, for example, the mortgage daily market briefing that OB puts out, as well as a monthly, which is Mortgage Pricing Insights, that we co-author with Andrew Davidson and Company, or ADCO, you might know them as, which is an international leader in financial research and analytics. So So I encourage you to definitely visit the data section on the OBIA website. I think you'll be able to find a lot to draw from there.
Oh, great. Thanks. That's helpful. Phil, here's a question for Qualia. Are there any fees incurred by the title company to use your solution?
So actually there are not. What's great about this is that, one, in terms of Qualia's footprint on the title side, we currently have about 500,000 users on our system, whether they be title agents primarily, but also real estate agents, lenders, you name it. And we currently cover about 20% of all closings in the country on our system. We already have a ton of exposure to title companies. So that said, we are actually title agnostic. That means anybody can easily sign up for free on the title side at the request of the collection of these docs from the lender, sign up for a free account, and upload those documents indefinitely. What's great about this as well as part of our service offering is that when an email goes out to a title company that hasn't used Qualia before or is new to the system, our team is actually going to reach out on top of the automated emails that go out to get them set up with a free account and to walk them through the process of uploading the trailing docs or the closing docs. That way it's done in a timely manner and that title company is properly onboarded.
Awesome. Thanks, Phil. This next question is for Len, for Sutherland. Are the chatbot questions and responses limited to a set number defined by Sutherland, or does the lender dictate what can be asked or answered?
Yes, the lender will dictate to us, and it really depends on their comfortableness with how many questions they want to defer to the bot as opposed to one of their service employees answering the call. And I guess the complexity of the question. But as mentioned with TMS, we have over 75 questions that we do today. We've actually deflected over 20,000 calls in the first 6 months. So obviously that, that'll save efficiency and some costs on their end as well to make their job a little bit easier. But yeah, we can do 20, 30 calls, 40 calls, up to 100 up to 100 questions. It really just depends on how comfortable they are with the question itself.
Okay. So this question's back at you. How do you guys notify the lender once the documents are uploaded by the title company?
So once the documents are uploaded, they're automatically going to be pushed into your into that e-folder within your LOS, and at the same time, your team is going to get an email alert saying these documents have been uploaded. What's great about this email alert as well is that you, whoever the administrator is of the account, they can set up custom distribution lists and custom recipients for that. So if you want it to go to an individual team member, if you want it to go to a group email, it's entirely up to you, but they will be notified via email as well as within your LOS.
Great. And then, Len, what is the ROI for using a chatbot instead of for increasing resources, having more people on a call center? What is the ROI and how do you measure that?
Yeah, another good question. Really customized there for the ROI depending on what the lender's current costs are. If they're actually doing the servicing, in-house today, if they outsource that to another provider as well. So really we would take a look at all the numbers and what they're doing today. But as I mentioned, we are looking to, from an ROI standpoint, at least deflect 20 to 25% of the call volume through the bot to be able to facilitate that, and the cost savings are pretty significant to them. We actually do these for outside of our mortgage vertical. We do this for ESPN and Disney Plus today. So obviously we have some great experience in showing them the numbers of how much they really can save.
Perfect. Thank you, Len. All right, this question is directed at all of you, actually. This lender wants to know which of you are already integrated with Blue Sage loan origination system. So maybe could I start with you, Mark?
Sure, absolutely. So yeah, Blue Sage and Optimal Blue do have an integration. I think like some of the other vendors here, OB created a developer portal and have the APIs available, and so that integration with Blue Sage is actually what we refer to as a certified integration. So not only has it been built out, but it's also been thoroughly tested and back tested. So short answer is yes.
All right, perfect. David, how about capacity? Do you guys are you integrated with Blue Sage LOS?
We don't have a Blue Sage LOS integration yet, but with the advent of our dev platform, I'm sure we could connect to it in a very short period of time. We've done other LOS integrations, including LMA's and Compass, and so yeah, we're very confident we could connect it.
Excellent. How about Qualia, Phil? Are you guys integrated or can integrate with Blue Sage?
We are not currently integrated with Blue Sage, but that is actually something that we are in the process of working on as we speak.
Excellent. Next, Daniel, how about SmartVault? Integration?
So SmartVault doesn't have a direct integration to Blue Sage. However, we do have a completely open API, and we have what we call an autofiler. So we don't have to have a direct integration per se, because any print action within any system can actually trigger a process where you can choose which client, which folder, and which specific subfolder within that you want that document to be routed to. So a lot of times when we work with tax softwares or other FinServe technologies, we actually leverage the autofiler, and it doesn't require that deeper level of integration.
Got it. And then finally, Len, does Sutherland have integration or can integrate with Blue Sage LOS?
Yes, that would be correct. We actually have a client today that is on the Blue Sage system. So yes, we can do that, and I'm assuming some more lenders in the future will be using it. It's a pretty nifty system. So yes, we can do that, and certainly more in the future as well.
Great. Thank you. Thank you all so very much. We're almost at the top of the hour, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of get ready to end us here. I want to encourage everyone who's listening to reach out to our sponsors. Ask them if you think of questions after this event. Please reach out to them. Check out their demos. Share with your coworkers. These videos are going to be posted on the National Mortgage News website. So, free reign to them. So I would like to say thank you on behalf of National Mortgage News. I want to thank all our sponsors and all our participants for joining us for our Advances in Tech Demo event. Have a great day.